Today we are learning about the effect of outliers. Please copy down the standard benchmark indicator on a clean page in your math notebook. The student will determine how outliers affect a set of data. The effect of outliers. An outlier is a number in a data set that is very different from the rest of the data. Outliers can have a big effect on the mean. Example, find the mean, median, and mode with and without the outlier for this set of data about the number of days 6 people exercised in 1 month. The first step is to identify the outlier. Since most of the data is in the low 20s, the outlier of the data set is 4. First, find the mean of the data set. So we add 4 plus 23 plus 21 plus 22 plus 21 plus 23, which equals 114. Then we divide it by 6 because we have 6 data points, and we get a mean or an average of 19. Then we find the mean without the outlier. So we add it up again, but this time we don't add the 4, and now we're dividing 110 by 5, so we get 22. Next, we find the median of the data set. To find the median, remember you have to put the numbers in order, from least to greatest. So they did that, and then they found that we have 2 right in the middle, so we have to add those 2 together, 21 plus 22, and divide it in half. So the median is 21.5. Without the outlier of 4, the median of the data becomes 22, because now we have 5 data points, and 22 is right in the middle. Finally, we find the mode of the data set. 21 and 23 show up twice, so they're both the mode. Without the outlier of 4, the modes of the data remain the same. So in this case, it doesn't change the mode at all. Try it. Find the mean, median, and mode with and without outliers for this set of data. 450, 420, 435, 450, 5,500, 440, 425, and 460. So the first step, we have to identify the outlier, and that is 5,500, because all the rest are in the 400s. Next, we need to add up all the data points, including the outlier for the first column. So now we've written out all the data points, and we're going to go ahead and add them up. So when we add all the data points together, we get 8,580. So now we're going to take that and divide by the number of data points. If we count it up, we have 8 data points. So we're going to divide that by 8. And because we have a remainder here, we're going to add a decimal point, add another 0, bring it down, and divide 8 into 40, which will get us 1,072.5. So with the outlier, our mean is 1,072.5. So now we're going to do it without the outlier. And the nice thing we can do is all we have to do is take the total we have and just subtract the outlier from it. We don't have to add the numbers up all over again. So now we're going to take 3,080 and we're going to divide that by 7, because once we take the outlier out, we only have 7 data points. So without the outlier, we end up with a mean of 440. Please make sure you have the work copied down because I'm about to erase it so we can do the median and the mode because we need a little more space for those. Now, for the median, we need to put the numbers in order from least to greatest. So if we look, our smallest number is 420, and we're going to do 425, 435, and so on. So go ahead and write the numbers out with me in order here. All right, so now we have all 8 data points written out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cross them off and work our way in. So we're going to cross off one from the beginning, one from the end until we get left with 2 in the middle, and we'll use that to help us figure out the median. Okay, now we have 2 left because we have an even number of data points. So we're going to add those 2 together and divide in half to get the median with the outlier. Now we know with the outlier, the median is 445. So now we're going to take that off, and then we're going to write out the numbers again, and we're going to do it without the outlier this time. Now we have the numbers written out without the outlier, still in order from least to greatest. So now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cross off one at the beginning and one at the end until we're left with 1 in the middle. And this time, because we have an odd number of data points, we will have just one number for the median. So without the outlier, the median is 440. So it hasn't changed a whole lot. And part of the reason for that is the outlier, because it's at either the beginning or the end, gets crossed off pretty quickly, so it doesn't impact the median quite as much. Now we're going to look at the data point and look for the mode. The mode is the number that appears most often. So with the outlier, we can see that 450 shows up twice. Now we're going to erase the outlier and then pull the mode from the data set without the outlier. And if we look again, the mode is still 450. The outlier doesn't usually affect the mode because that's the number that shows up most often, and the outlier is not that number. Please make sure you have all of the work copied down and glue this page in your math notebook.